My mama always used to tell me, if you can't find something to live for, you best find something to die for. Let me ask you something real. When's the last time you felt true respect? Not fear, not fake love, not people kissing your ass because they want something. I'm talking about that deep recognition, the kind where somebody looks you in the eye and you both know what's real. Yeah, that's rare now. You can't demand respect. You gotta live it, breathe it, bleed for it. Everybody wants respect these days, but nobody wants to earn it. They post, they brag, they talk loud, but when life hits, most of them fold like paper. Let me tell you something. Respect ain't about how loud your voice is. It's about how strong your silence is. When the room turns against you and you still stand tall, that's respect. When you take a loss and don't point fingers, that's respect. When you stay humble even when you're winning, that's respect. I didn't come from money. I didn't come from privilege. Everything I got, I earned the hard way. And the streets taught me quick. Respect is currency. Once you lose it, you're broke. You can fake love. You can fake power, but you can't fake respect. People feel it in their bones when it's real. I grew up around people who didn't have much, but they had honor. You couldn't buy their word. You couldn't scare them into submission. They'd rather die on their feet than live on their knees. That's the kind of energy I carry. Because when everything else fades, fame, looks, money, noise, your respect is the only thing that follows your name. People ask me, Pat, why you always talk about loyalty, about respect, about realness? Because I've seen too many people sell those things for cheap. They sell their morals for attention, their integrity for validation, their soul for a screenshot. They think being loud means being strong. Nah, real strength is quiet. Real power don't scream. It whispers, and people still listen. You know what kills me? Watching people compromise everything they are for temporary acceptance. Watching them change their values, depending on who's in the room. Watching them smile in faces they talk about behind backs. That ain't living, that's surviving. And there's a big difference. Respect ain't given through fear. You can scare people, sure, but that's not respect. That's control. The moment you slip, they'll turn on you. But when you earn respect through truth, through consistency, through love, even when you're gone, your name still rings. That's legacy. That's the kind of power I want. I've seen men with guns who thought they had respect. Nah, what they had was fear, and fear is temporary. Fear evaporates the second the threat is gone. But respect stays. Respect echoes through generations. Respect is what makes people speak your name with reverence long after you're buried. You can force someone to obey you. You can intimidate them into submission. You can make them follow orders out of terror. But you can't force them to respect you. That's earned through character, through how you move when nobody's forcing you to move right, through the choices you make when the easy path is right in front of you, through who you are when nobody's watching. Real respect comes from character, and you can't take that away. It's how you talk to people. It's how you treat the ones who can't do nothing for you. That's where your soul shows. That's where people see the real you, not the version you perform for the cameras, but the person you are when the lights go off, and it's just you and your conscience. I've been in rooms with millionaires who had no respect. All the money in the world, all the power, all the influence, but nobody really respected them because they got there by stepping on people, by lying, by manipulating, by using fear as a weapon. Then I've met people who had nothing, no money, no status, no platform. But when they walked in a room, the energy shifted, not because they demanded it, not because they threatened it, but because their presence carried weight, because their words had power. Because over time, through their actions, they earn something you can't manufacture. Genuine respect. Here's what most people don't understand. Respect starts inside. You can't earn it from others if you don't first give it to yourself. You can't move with confidence if you secretly doubt your own heart. So stop asking people to see your value. Start showing it. And when you live with that kind of energy, people feel it before you even speak. When I was younger, I wanted everyone to recognize me. I needed to be heard, seen, felt. Every criticism cut deep. Every rejection felt personal. I was giving strangers power over my self-worth. That's a dangerous game. Now, I just want to move right. If you respect me, good. If you don't, that's cool too. Because my worth don't depend on your opinion. I walk with peace now. Because I know who I am. And I know what I stand for. That shift changed everything. When you stop performing for people's approval, when you stop contorting yourself to fit their expectations, when you stop compromising your values for their comfort, that's when real power shows up. That's when you start moving with an energy that can't be shaken. Look, I'm not saying don't care what people think. I'm saying don't let what people think define what you think about yourself. There's a difference. You can listen to feedback. You can consider other perspectives. You can learn from criticism. But at the end of the day, you got to look yourself in the mirror and respect who's looking back. Respect is a daily practice. It's not something you achieve once and coast on forever. Every day, you're either building it or destroying it. Every interaction is either adding to your character or subtracting from it. Every choice is either strengthening your integrity or weakening it. Every time you keep your word, you're building respect. Every time you stand up for what's right, even when it's hard, you're building respect. Every time you treat someone with dignity, even when they can't help you, you're building respect. The small moments matter most, but the opposite is also true. Every time you lie, even a small lie, you're chipping away at respect. Every time you betray someone's trust, you're destroying respect. Every time you act one way in public and another in private, you're undermining everything you claim to be. People think they can compartmentalize, be one person at work, another at home, a different person online, but that fragmentation catches up with you. Because at some point, you forget which version is real. You lose touch with your core. And when you don't know who you are, how can anyone else respect you? I learned to be the same person everywhere. The Pac you see on stage is the same Pac my friends know. The Pac in interviews is the same Pac in the studio. I'm not perfect, far from it. But I'm consistent. I'm honest. And that consistency builds trust. And trust is the foundation of respect. You know when your character really shows, when you got the power to hurt someone and you choose not to, when you got the chance to lie and you tell the truth anyway, when you could take the easy path but you choose the right one, that's character. When they come for you, people will test your respect. It's human nature. They want to know if what you're showing them is real or just performance. They want to see if you'll crack under pressure. They want to know if your principles are really principles or just convenient talking points. And when those tests come, and they will come, that's your moment. That's when you prove who you really are. That's when the rubber meets the road. When somebody disrespects you in public, how do you respond? When someone betrays your trust, do you seek revenge or move with wisdom? When you have the power to destroy someone who wronged you, what do you choose? These moments define you. I've had plenty of chances to retaliate, plenty of opportunities to use my platform to tear people down, plenty of moments where I could have chosen violence. And sometimes, I'll be honest, I did. I'm not sitting here pretending I always took the high road. I'm human. I got angry. I hit back. But over time, I learned something. Real strength isn't in the reaction. It's in the restraint. It's in choosing your battles. It's in understanding that not every disrespect deserves a response. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is nothing at all. Sometimes walking away is the victory. Because when you react out of emotion, you give them power. When you let someone pull you out of character, they win. But when you stay centered, when you remain true to yourself regardless of what they do, when you refuse to stoop to their level, that's when you demonstrate real respect for yourself. And others see that. They might not admit it, but they feel it. I've watched people lose everything, trying to prove a point, trying to win an argument, trying to get revenge. And at the end of it all, what did they gain? Nothing but bitterness. Meanwhile, the person who walked away with their dignity intact, they won without throwing a punch. Your reputation is like a shadow. It follows you everywhere. You can't outrun it. You can't hide from it. And it's built by what you do when you think nobody's watching. People talk. They always do. And they remember how you made them feel long after they forget what you said. So make sure the story they tell about you is one you're proud of. I've seen people destroy decades of respect in a single moment of weakness. One bad decision, one betrayal, one compromise too many. And trying to rebuild that, it's like trying to put toothpaste back in the tube. Near impossible. That's why you gotta protect your character like it's gold. Cause it is. It's the most valuable thing you own. More valuable than money. More valuable than fame. More valuable than any material thing you could acquire. Build something that lasts. At the end of the day, respect is about legacy. It's about what people say when you're not in the room. It's about whether your name means something or if it's just noise. I think about my legacy constantly. Not in a morbid way, but in a purposeful way. What do I want to be remembered for? What do I want my life to represent? When people hear my name 50 years from now, what feeling do I want them to have? I don't want to be remembered as someone who was just famous. I don't want to be remembered as someone who just made music. I want to be remembered as someone who stood for something. Someone who spoke truth even when it was dangerous. Someone who loved his people even when they didn't always love him back. Someone who fought for justice even when the odds were impossible. That kind of legacy isn't built overnight. It's built through thousands of small decisions, through choosing integrity over convenience, through choosing truth over comfort, through choosing love over hate, even when hate seems easier. And the beautiful thing about respect, it compounds. The more you give, the more you get. The more you honor others, the more they honor you. The more you move with integrity, the more people trust you. It creates a positive cycle that lifts everyone up. You want to know the secret to real power? It's not domination. It's not control. It's not fear. It's influence born from respect. When people follow you because they believe in you, not because they're scared of you, that's real power. Here's something I learned. Your respect is measured by how you treat people who can do absolutely nothing for you. The janitor, the server, the person struggling on the street. How you treat them reveals your character. I've seen successful people treat service workers like they're invisible, talk down to people they see as beneath them, act like common decency doesn't apply when there's no camera around. And every time I think, that's not success, that's emptiness wearing a suit. Real respect means seeing the humanity in everyone, recognizing that everyone's fighting a battle you know nothing about, understanding that the person serving your coffee has dreams just as valid as yours. When you move through the world with that awareness, when you treat everyone with dignity, when you recognize that we're all just trying to make it, that's when you earn real respect. Not from the powerful, from everyone. Every night before you sleep, you got to look at yourself. Really look. Can you respect who you see? Did you move with integrity today? Did you keep your word? Did you stand up when it mattered? Or did you compromise? Did you take shortcuts? Did you hurt people for your benefit? That mirror don't lie, and you can't hide from it. You can fool the world. You can perform for the masses. You can create an image. But late at night, along with your thoughts, you know the truth. And if you can't respect yourself, all the external respect in the world means nothing. I've had sleepless nights, nights where I replayed my mistakes, nights where I wished I'd moved different, nights where I disappointed myself. But I learned from them, and I used that pain to do better. Because growth comes from honest self-reflection, and respect comes from continuously choosing to be better. That's the real game. Not attention, not likes, not fame, just respect. Self-made, soul deep, untouchable. Attention is fleeting. Likes are meaningless. Fame is empty if it's not built on something real. But respect is eternal. Respect is what makes you sleep peacefully at night. Respect is what allows you to look at yourself in the mirror and feel proud of who you see. I'd rather have the respect of 10 real people than the adoration of 10,000 fake ones. I'd rather be unknown but honorable than famous but fraudulent. I'd rather die with my principles intact than live forever having compromised everything I believed in. This ain't about being perfect. I'm not perfect. Nobody is. This is about being authentic, about being consistent, about trying every day to be a little better than you were yesterday, about making mistakes but learning from them, about falling down but getting back up with your head held high. So let me leave you with this. Don't beg for respect. Don't demand it. Don't manipulate for it. Just earn it. One day at a time. One choice at a time. One moment at a time. Live with such integrity that respect becomes inevitable. Move with such authenticity that people can't help but feel it. Be the person who shows up when others quit. Be the one who speaks truth when silence would be safer. Be the one who stands alone and still stands proud. Treat people right. Keep your word. Stand on your principles. Honor your commitments. Protect your character like it's gold, because it is. And when you do that, when you truly commit to being a person of honor, a person of truth, a person of character, you'll realize something powerful. You don't need everyone's respect. You just need your own. And once you got that, everything else falls into place. That's what I learned. That's what I'm still learning. That's what I'll keep teaching until my last breath. Because respect ain't just a word to me. It's a way of life. It's a compass. It's a promise I make to myself every single day. I will earn the right to stand tall. And so can you. Now go out there and show the world what real respect looks like. Not through words, through actions, through character, through the way you move when nobody's watching. That's the only respect that matters. That's the only respect that lasts.